Hey, it's Toby, and I just want to do this quick live video. This morning, I was sitting in my DIY, right? DIY, do it yourself. I was sitting in my DIY sauna that I built in the master bathroom for myself for Christmas. Yes, I built myself a Christmas present. And as I often do, I was sitting there and I had my phone and I was doing phone stuff, and I actually I went down a YouTube sort of YouTube trail that I started about a week and a half ago when I was out for a walk. And this is a YouTube channel that I follow for tips on how to make better YouTube videos and so sort of strategy, tactics, and things like that. Because, well, if you're watching this video, you probably know I like to make a lot of YouTube videos and Facebook and all that stuff. Anyway, so I was out for my walk a couple weeks ago. I'm walking along, and I went to this channel that I follow to get some tactics and strategy. And it turns out they were doing an interview with this guy Mike Quist. And if you know him, if you've heard of him before, he created a business on his dining room table. He grew it. He sold it for $25 million. And he basically grew the business by being really good at making YouTube videos about his product. That wasn't the point of this video, but I followed him on his personal channel, and I've been watching some of his videos. And one of the really cool things is that the video I watched this morning was him with his four sons and his wife, and it was them building like an outbuilding on their property. It was really a sort of a guest house. He called it a tree house. It's sort of in the style of a tiki hut because they live in Hawaii, and it was like 30 minutes long, and it was just an amazing story of this guy working with his dad. And you could tell that he was passing on lessons to his kids that he had learned from his dad. And it inspired me. It made me, I knew I had this USB stick that my parents had sent me several months ago. And they had taken a bunch of 8mm videos from when I was a kid. And they'd gotten them put on this USB stick. Somebody converted them, digital conversion and all that stuff. And they sent it to me. And when I got it, I quickly looked at it. But watching this video with Mike and his kids, it inspired me to remember all of the times that I'd done projects like that with my dad, and all these things that I had done that it seemed so normal to me at the time to be doing that stuff with him. And now that he lives so far away and we see him on holidays and all that stuff, I don't get to do those things anymore. But it really inspired me to make this movie, and I dug through the USB key, and I found a video of me and him working when I was, I don't know, I couldn't have been more than 8 or 9 here, maybe not even that old, probably about 6 or 7, and we were building this little, well, it was like a tree house, but it wasn't in a tree. It was on 2 beams that spanned this little creek. And there was a little trap door in the floor where you could open the trap door and you get access to the water that was running underneath. And it was the two of us together building this, and it really made me think that that I need to pause more. You know, we're all really busy. I feel like I'm working all the time, and I feel like I'm doing it for my family, right? And all of us are doing this. But we do need to pause and actually do things with our family sometimes too. So it inspired me to ask my daughter Emily if she wants to do a project this weekend, and so we'll get out in the backyard, we'll build something, knock something down, dig a hole. I don't know yet what we're gonna do, but I really enjoyed watching this movie again with me and my dad building the tree house. And so I'll share just the rest of this with you, and then I will let you go for today. But so this was when we lived in Washington State. So we were in a temperate rainforest. This was up behind our house. I don't know, maybe 100, 200 feet away from the house, up in the woods, up a little trail at the end of the driveway. And it was just an amazing time. I spent a lot of time in that. We lived in that house for about 3 years. I spent a lot of time in there, sleepovers, friends, all this stuff. So the time I got to spend in the place, but really it was the time I spent building it with my dad, and the times that we did other projects and built other things. And anyway, I just wanted to share that today. Hope this inspired you to take a minute, spend some time with your kids, and do a project with them. And Mike Quist, if you're watching, thank you very much for sharing.